Assalamualaikum and good morning. So my name is Sultan bin Ahmad Zawawi. My matric number is 11 DKA 19F 1067. So today I'm going to present about Sultan Mizan Zainal Abidin Stadium roof collapse. So let's go.
Hello and good evening to Sir Eric. My name is Muhammad Farid Fikri bin Muhammad Safri. My matric is 11 DKA 19F 1052 from DKA 5B.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Manja My number matric is 11 DKA 19 F 1013 from DKA 5B.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon to everyone. My name is Muhammad Arif bin Azmi and I'm from DKA 5B. My matrix number is 11 DKA 19F 1034.
So as you can see, this is Sultan Mizan Zainal Abidin Stadium roof collapse. So here got two picture. When 2008 the roof collapsed but no one get injured. And then after I think 2015 the roof collapse again, and then 5 people get injured. 2 people not serious, 3 people serious injured. Okay.
So today I want to explain about the introduction of Sultan Mizan Zainal Abidin Stadium. Sultan Mizan Zainal Abidin Stadium is a multi-purpose stadium built by a South Korean construction company in Kuala Terengganu. It is the focal point of the Terengganu Sports Complex together with the adjacent mini stadium, and it was primarily utilized for football match. The 50,000 seat stadium is named after Terengganu's current ruler, Sultan Mizan Zainal Abidin, and the Rm 300 million Sultan Mizan Zainal Abidin Stadium in Gong Badak, Kuala Terengganu, built as the state's pride, experienced a huge setback when its roof collapsed just a year after it opened. No one was hurt in the 9 a.m. incident. Nonetheless, the large steel roof that covered half of the stands collapsed, destroying the venue. There was no one inside, but the failure could have easily injured a large number of people given the stadium capacity of 50,000. Only a few cars parked outside were demolished, but the stadium, which hosted the Sukma Malaysian Games last year, has been ruled dangerous after the iron frame structure supporting the 300 m long roof destabilized, forcing it to fall. The roof on the stadium's left wing was devastated. The main entrance, the royal podium and the public seating area were all affected. The cost of the damage to the east wing has been estimated at Rm 25 million. The stadium was built to replace the former Sultan Ismail Nasiruddin Shah Stadium and was intended to host state football matches in the Malaysia Super League. The fallen roof had been removed for years after the collapse, and workers were dismantling the portion of the roof that had not fallen. On February 20th, 2013, while they were working, the rest of roof collapsed, injuring 5 people. Workers have removed almost all of the roofing and were working on removing the roof steel space frame structure. The stadium roofs were finally removed in the spring of 2015, and the stadium was partially reopened for football matches with only half of the stands open for seats. Because the stadium's lights are mounted to the roof, the games can only be played during the day. The government hopes to redesign and construct the roofing in order to restore the stadium to the standard that it was built in 2008. Thank you.
The stadium design and construction were complete on the tight timeline to ensure that it was ready for the 2008 SUKMA Games. The roof structure was also altered to light frame steel construction late in design process, implying that the effort spent designing it was at best questionable. Problems with the roof structure had already developed prior to the fall. Damage to the roof frame had been noticed, as well as bang-like noise coming from the roof. Repair for the roof were ironically scheduled on the same day that the roof collapsed. Workers were cleaning and maintaining the building at 9 a.m. When they heard a massive smashing sound. The outside support from the massive cantilever roof had broken, and the roof had fallen on the stadium sitting below. Fortunately, no one was wounded in the collapse because the workers in the stadium were not under that roof. The rubble damage a few vehicles outside the stadium. The collapse began at the nearly 100-foot span between the stadium edge and the concrete buttress supporting the crescent end. The support connecting to the outside of the stadium then failed, causing the entire part of the roof to collapse and cover the entire seating area below. The roof collapsed, causing damage not only the seating but also the stadium main entrance and the royal box.
Okay, so for the next one is ethical issues with that incident. Okay, leads to the collapse of stadium roof. So the first one is major issues include mistakes at design level. The second one is inappropriate choice of materials. The third one is incompetency of staff involved in construction. Number 4 is poorly constructed roof and lack of quality supervision. Number 5, the skills of the staff hired to construct the roof were inadequate as the roof structure was very complex. So number 6, the quality of work was not up to standard as required by the design. So the roof is collapsed because the engineers and the designers is not their design not follow the specification. Yeah. So number 7 is the complex design of the roof and the wide span required more detailed analysis. So the last one is other factors that contributed to the state damage are defective welding in steel components, implying poor workmanship and strength of the materials. Use didn't achieve design requirement when test in preliminary test, thus reducing the mechanical strength of the structure.
So now, the action taken from the incident is the design was inadequate and insufficient safety measure in design. The designer failed to take into account the full consideration of the support condition of the roof structure. Next, the roof was erected poorly, resulting in a misaligned geometry. There was no quality control for safety measure at site. Also, materials and quality of workmanship did not meet specification. The complexity and long spans of the roof structure required a more detailed design consideration into second-order design analysis, which was not carried out. And the last one is the sensitivity of the space frame roof structure requires consideration for support flexibility in the design mode, which was not done. Defective welding of steel components, indicating bad manufacturing of or prefabrication work, a poorly thought out erection procedure of attaching the roof structure components, and no checking during the interim stage of erection. temporary supports were insufficient. The project management staff appears to be lacking in quality control. The major contractors' alternative design concept were chosen without any integrate inspection. Preliminary testing of the material employed indicates that their strengths are below design requirements, indicating that they do not fulfill specification.
So yeah, we jump into the conclusion. So in conclusion, engineers and designers is the main character of these problems. Okay, the term of design isn't following the specification. These issues can be avoided if the parties involved comply with the guidelines and prioritize the public safety instead of individual importance. So when the engineers and designers want to do something, they actually need to think about the guidelines and the prioritize. They can't think about themselves. Yeah, and the parties involved should have been more responsible in making decisions and considered every aspect involved very seriously as it affected many lives. We also think that all parties involved should communicate well with each other and be honest about their opinions. As an engineers and designers, we must be responsible and put aside our individual importance, as every decision we make will cause huge consequences in the future. Okay, bye.
Even when I want you.